Growing up, I used to sit at the foot of my parents' bed with my brother as my dad supervised the two of us. He had approved various mature shows for us to watch. Select episodes of American Dad and sometimes Family Guy, The Simpsons, of course, and my personal favorite, Futurama. There was always a new world to explore with crazy new aliens to encounter and fun adventures along the way. And, a whole chunk of Star Trek references that flew over my head. I really miss Futurama. The Comedy Central and Hulu revivals are kind of disappointing. There was a certain magic to that original run that has not been recaptured in the series since. However, I think that magic has been recaptured, though, in the form of the indie animated series Monkey Wrench. Though not inspired by Futurama, and instead more along the lines of Cowboy Bebop, which I still need to watch, damn does this show fill that hole in my heart. I dare say it is the best indie animated series out there, which is high praise considering how many of these indie shows are so good and so impressive. The thing is, though, I never really see people actually talk about Monkey Wrench, only mentioning it in passing, and I am here to rectify that, and to tell you, please watch and support this show. It absolutely deserves it. I'm gonna be honest, because the show is called Monkey Wrench, my brain automatically went like, yeah, Shrike's a monkey.
Hey, squid head!
This just made sense to me. Anyway, my summary will have some vague spoilers for some world building, and that's just a heads up. Monkey Wrench is a mercenary team composed of Shrike Sanchez and Bulldog Browns. Piloting a ship they've named the Bucket, Shrike and Beebs do whatever jobs net them any amount of fame and fortune. There are other mercenary teams out there, like the Kitty Brothers Scritch and Scratch or Pirate Queen Tyneen. Most mysterious of all is the assassin Kara, who's been picking off members of the galaxy-spanning League of Aligned Worlds. This world, or galaxy rather, is so rich, with hints of something called the Cataclysm, which seems to be some sort of space parasite or corruption that's overtaken an entire arm of the galaxy. Shrike idolizes what's called the Terran culture, yet we do not see any humans anywhere in the series. We've got walrus people, cats, big beefy dinos, whatever squiddy thing Shrike is. Shrike Sanchez is our main character. He's this wiry, trigger-happy squid guy with a Mexican accent and affinity for pizza in an old cartoon called El Bandito. Shrike could be described as money-hungry, but, if you look at the state of the Bucket,
When are we gonna get AG in here? Running out of this stuff.
he also just wants to take care of his ship and lead it a comfortable life. He's a good guy who can get sidetracked a lot, and there are hints of a mysterious backstory peppered in that keeps him intriguing. Bulldog Browns, or Beebs if you're his friend, is our second main character. Beebs is the heart and the muscle of the team. He's a Walrinian, and from what we've seen of the 4th episode's preview, he's actually considered on the smaller end. Beebs is cautious, sensitive, and he balances out Shrike's antics with a level head. Together, the two of them care for each other and make a great team. I really appreciate how the show balances their disagreements while also keeping their friendship secure. Shrike may be a bit of a hothead at times, but he never feels like an unlikable asshole. Nor does Beebs feel like he's overly soft and submissive without any backbone.
Sensitive and stupid.
The side characters also bring this galaxy to life. Namely, Scratch, who's this tiny asshole of a cat.
You're asking for it now, you dumb boner!
And he sells these wares that he's obtained with dubious morals.
I found this tape called 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
He's an absolute delight, and his voice actor kills it. Pirate Queen Tyneen is just here to wreck up the place and have some fun.
I really want that money for a new battle cruiser.
Characters like Kara and the various law agents give us insight into the outer world out there. Though it seems certain characters are aligned with law, support for the system may not be universal, and I am so excited to see these plot points unfold. The visual aesthetic of this show has this comic book flair to it, paired with an art style that reminds me of 90s and 2000s cartoons, but in this crisp and bright HD. The colors pop and the characters have these sharp edges and distinct silhouettes. The character designs all have unique flares to them while also showing off various inspirations. Something that I really appreciate is the wide variety of body diversity. Shrike is this beanpole, Beebs has a gut while also having nice arms and muscles, Tyneen is a flat-chested lady while also being super buff, The fact that one of the two main characters is a big fat guy really makes me happy, because you don't tend to see fat characters in main roles, and when you do, they're more of a comic relief character, and their whole personality trait is being fat or being obsessed with food. Beebs is not like that. He actually has his own personality, and it's a breath of fresh air. The background characters are all of various shapes and sizes of different species from all around the galaxy, which leads to a fun little I Spy hunt of finding interesting character designs. It feels like any of these background characters can be the star of their own show. The action and animation are just so much fun. These poses are dynamic, the motions are fast-paced while still being readable, and you can really feel the power behind the characters' actions, like Beebs swinging his hammer or Tyneen shooting out Shrike's plasma bullets from her mouth. There's a weight behind these characters that makes their actions hit even harder. On the opposite end, the show really knows when to have its quiet moments. You'll find the characters just taking a chill moment and chatting or cutting down on the action to let these emotional moments process. Episode 3 has an instance that honestly got me all choked up. I find that it has become increasingly more rare for shows to just know when to slow down to make sure their serious moments are effective. Too many shows just flip a light switch from silly and goofy to dramatic and serious, which leads to things feeling like an ineffective whiplash. Monkey Wrench handles the dramatic shift very effectively. As for music, Ackroyd's musical score does its fair share of lifting when it comes to emotions. I am not good at musical genres. I don't know music, but I think it has like a rock feel to it. I don't know, correct me on that. There's this heavy use of guitars and drums that just kind of oozes the feeling of raw coolness. The theme song Tools in Space is a particularly fun track. I think the standout songs appear in the third episode, but I want you to listen to them in context first. The third episode is where the show really comes into its own. The first 2 episodes are a lot of fun, but Us and Them demonstrates why Monkey Wrench is an exceptional and special series, and tracks like Separate and Hello Stranger are great demonstrations of that. If I were to describe Monkey Wrench in one word, I would call it passionate. The passion of the team is apparent in every frame of animation, every line of dialogue, and every note in the music. It feels like a love letter to not only sci-fi and adventure, but also to a lot of internet culture. The creator Zurel has had quite the presence on YouTube and Newgrounds, and you can even find a beta version of Shrike and Beebs in his video Lardass from 2012. He's done animations for Vinny Vinesauce and Varg Skeletor Joel. He's worked on shows such as Ed's World, The Amazing Digital Circus, Smiling Friends, all sorts of things. And I would say that Monkey Wrench gives back in a way with all sorts of visual and audio cameos, all these references, but I'll let you find them on your own. But again, like with the background characters, it feels like a big fun Easter egg hunt. Monkey Wrench, I would say, is also inspiring. As a kid, I wanted to make my own animated series, and I tried learning how to animate. I would make these little Warrior Cats animations on Scratch of all websites, and it would have been around the same time Lardass would have released. I dropped that pursuit out of frustration though, because I was I think I was on that website from 9 through 12 years old. However, seeing how Shrike and BB would transform from a cheese stick and this blockhead, I guess, to such fleshed out characters is inspiring me to revisit my own ideas, and I've been sketching around this little show idea I've been bouncing around in my head. I don't know, it's just for fun really. Shrike and Beebs are characters that have been around for over a decade, over half of my own life. It would have been so cool to have been a fan of Zurel and to see these characters come into their own during that time, but it's just as cool to look upon it in retrospect. It's fascinating to see where the show began, and I want to keep up with it to see where it ends up. Indie animation is honestly flourishing right now. You got shows like The Amazing Digital Circus with its pilot skyrocketing to almost 330 million views. That's mind-blowing. There's Smiling Friends, made by Zach Hadel and Michael Cusack, which has its roots deep in them being indie animators on the internet, and has so many internet references as a nod to where the show came from. Among all the big shows, though, it feels like Monkey Wrench has fallen through the cracks, and that is an absolute shame. None of its episodes have surpassed 750,000 views. That is a crime, because this is like a show that you could see on TV and it wouldn't look out of place. When I say that Monkey Wrench is quite possibly the best indie animated series right now, I am not trying to diss on any of the other shows by any means. I love certain of these other shows. I gotta check out some others. I just get, hyper fixated on one thing. But I just want to emphasize how good it is. It is funny, its visual aesthetic is unique and eye-catching, its animation is phenomenal, and it has such a fascinating world. I've been keeping up on the Patreon, and oh my god, the stuff they've been showing from episode 4 has me so intrigued. There's this preview on the official YouTube channel if you're curious, as well as there's an outtakes reel from episode 3 that I keep watching, and
if you're gonna take the PP, you gotta take the PP pass. I say things that I'll regret.
I'm so immature. It's so funny to me. I cannot praise this show anymore without spoiling why it makes it so special. You need to see this for yourself and give the show the support it needs. And full disclosure, I have no stakes in the creation of the show. Like, yeah, I give it money on Patreon, but that's because I want to see it succeed. I am not paid to do this video or anything. I'm making this video because I adore this show and I want more eyes on it. Please check out the show and give it the love that it deserves. There are only 3 episodes so far, which end up being a little over an hour altogether. The first 3 episodes are a great introduction, and you get to see this fun, goofy stuff, a heaping hint of world building, and a really gripping cliffhanger. Think of it like an introduction movie. I hope that making this video I'll be bringing a little bit of extra attention to the show. Even if I get one person to watch the show, I'll be satisfied. If you like shows like Futurama, and my friend likes Cowboy Bebop, he said that there's apparent inspiration there, you'll be sure to enjoy Monkey Wrench. Once you check it out, I would love to hear what you think about it. If you've already seen it, what are your thoughts? Who are your favorite characters? Do you have any theories on the greater galaxy and plot? I really like Beebs. He's very cute and sweet, and also Scratch is this tiny asshole that I think he would be a fun plush toy to throw around. Thank you for watching. I would appreciate it if you left a like and a comment, and, subscribe if you want to see more stuff. I talk about things that I enjoy. I like to talk about animation and all that stuff. I hope you have a nice day and have a fun time watching the show. Bye-bye.